Your back leg, let's talk about the back leg for a minute. This one, I noticed at various locations people are not confused, but do it a different way. Let me show you what I think is the easiest and best way to make these back legs. Of course, you use the template to get the shape of the back leg. You use it first, cut it out, and you'll notice these. This is the clamping flats, here and here. So when you put the chair together, you have a place to clamp. Otherwise, trying to clamp on an angle is very difficult. So that's clamp flats. They're ground off later on. We'll talk about that. First thing that is a wonderment to many people is this 5-degree angle on the back leg. So you got a leg like that. I've seen some go in with a table saw and cut it. So let me show you a very simple way to do it. It may save a finger or two also. There's a couple really simple jigs. A left and a right jig. Each jig has a standoff on one end of it and a clamp flat on the other. And what happens is you clamp this on here onto your leg. This happens to be the left leg. Clamp it on. That standoff gives you an angle. Now you take your bit, your router sits on here flat. Your bit comes down and touches the leg, and it will follow this angle, which will give you an angle on your leg. And when it does, you'll get an angle like this. Now what will happen is that it'll stop here, and there'll be a bit of material will be left here in your leg, so you just take your bandsaw and cut it off, cut it out of the way. But that's your flat. Now, what do you do with the flat? You take your handy dandy jig, you put it on your flat. You already have the tenon width. Actually, you measure your back leg width, and you cut it. You turn it over, and you put it on this flat, and you cut it, and you have your back leg tenon joint area like this, and it's done. And that's about all there is to the back leg. Made a very simple thing out of a very difficult back leg. You can mark the back legs for the waste material. I normally measure over about 3/4 of an inch. And then sometimes I design it in, make a curve, or sometimes I go straight. But 3/4 of an inch thick is usually enough. And I'll mark each leg that way. And here's what you get. Sometimes you get a curve like this and like this for your back leg. Okay.